Hey, Renovation House Groups, Brian Suter here. I'm the lead pastor of Branch Church, which is the sixth church to be supported and sent out and encouraged by you. And I want to say personally, but really on behalf of our whole church, thank you for being you, for your support. It's just a gift to link arms to see Jesus reach people and make disciples through us all together. When I was with you on Sunday, I shared a message out of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew chapter 5, verses 13 through 16. And it got me to thinking about the Sermon on the Mount. We've been in it as a church for the last few months, and I keep reflecting that it's knowledge that Jesus gives us for the purpose of being put into action. I mean, when you read it and look at it, it's really at the essence of what it looks like to be about discipleship, apprenticeship to Jesus. And in verses 13 through 16, where we focused on Sunday, Jesus gives us two identity declarations, which each have a corresponding command from him. The first of which is that you are the salt of the earth. Now, salt was used as a preserving agent for the world. And I think what a great reflection in this day and age to be reminded that we as his followers are to be a preserving agent in this world. But he says as a command, don't lose your saltiness. And the second identity declaration that he gives to us is you are the light of the world. And it creates a little tension in me every time I hear that, because I'm reminded Jesus said that he is the light of the world. And yet the focus is the one who is the light of the world is declaring upon his followers that you are also the light of the world. How does that work? Well, really it works when we remember all we're doing is reflecting the light of Jesus into the dark corners of our world. And so his command is this: let your light shine brightly before others so that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father in heaven. And I think what a helpful and timely and important reminder this week. This is Holy Week. This is the week that we are reminded of Jesus' sacrifice and his resurrection to defeat death. And so it's an important moment to remember this is knowledge to be put into action. And so I just want to ask a couple questions that I'm asking myself. As it relates to Jesus' command to remain salty, how are you going to do that? What does it look like for you to preserve your saltiness? Now, as a caveat, we don't preserve our own saltiness. We can just take steps to create room and space for God to do that within us. But it can look like studying the scriptures, immersing ourselves in truth, memorizing God's word, putting it deep within our hearts so that we can remain salty in the midst of a world that wants to take our saltiness away from us. The second is this: you are the light of the world, shine brightly before men. So the question is, how might you shine this week? Where is the world a little dark around you? Just think on that for just a moment. When I think about just these two things, salt as a preserving agent and light into the darkness, I think about the neighborhood around us. I'll spare you the stories, but over the last few years, there's been a lot of tragedy and a lot of brokenness that has come forth just in our immediate neighborhood around us. And it's a reminder to me, even literally, to walk across the street this week, to reach out and care for someone who's hurting and invite them to come to church. And I wonder if this week is a great moment for you with that person in your life or that family or in your neighborhood that has seen its own share of brokenness. Maybe this is the week for you to walk across the street and invite them to come to Renovation, to join you to celebrate Jesus' resurrection and defeat over death. The big question is this: where and to whom has God uniquely positioned you to be activated as salt to preserve the earth around us and to shine light, to reflect Jesus' light into the darkness around you? Take a moment, nothing like community, to be able to discuss, to share, and just to ask for help and prayer to be able to take the right next action steps. Blessing on your discussion, everyone.